What up, y'all? 602 Booster back at it again. I'm on a Streetfighter. This is the Ducati 848 Streetfighter, baby. And if you want to mob the streets, do it on something comfortable. I wanted to let you guys know why I even picked up this Ducati Streetfighter. Oh, come on, you could have went. Crazy cat lady. Should have went. But anyway, I want to let you guys know why I even picked up this Streetfighter. I mean, I already have the Evo Corsair. It's been treating me good. Fun on the streets and at the track. But not very comfortable on the street, I'll tell you that right now. That's the only gripe that I have. It's just not as comfortable as I would like it to be. So I found a smoking deal on this Ducati 848 and I had to jump on it. Mostly because, look, if I'm going to be commuting on my bike, I ideally don't want to commute on that 848. I don't want to sit in traffic on the Evo Corsair. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to sit on that for that long. This gives me the rider position that I want, and I still got similar power to the 848. Because as you guys know, buying a leader bike is so overrated. So why not go a step below and not look like you want to be on a leader bike? But I can tell you right now, this bike is, so far, it's pretty fun. I do have some maintenance and such that I want to do to the bike, but right now I'm just taking it out in this first little tryout, you know, stretching the legs. And when it comes to this bike in particular, I did something that I normally don't do, and I want to tell you that right now. Pretty much how I came about this bike, it actually was owned by a business. Not gonna, you know, name what the business is, you know, we're gonna keep that private, but this business ended up taking this motorcycle in as payment. Now, if you think about it for a second, I don't know many businesses that do that, but you know, apparently I guess they trusted the guy who had this bike and, you know, so on and so forth, and they said, you know what, let's go ahead and make this deal happen. So they worked it out amongst themselves. So this bike is owned and is now owned by a business that has nothing to do with motorcycles. So the motorcycle kind of sat as a showpiece for at least a year in my, you know, as far as I could tell. When I got to the bike hadn't been registered since like November 2018, and I just picked up this bike about a month ago. So I haven't had it very long. But from what I gathered when I got there, the bike looked decent. You know, it didn't look like it'd been, you know, beat up or anything like that. It just looked like it's been sitting. So the first thing that I tried to do was start the bike up. Bike didn't even want to start. Didn't even get any of the electronics to come on. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure the battery's dead. You know, obvious. So I asked him, okay, look, I'll work with you on the price. The bike doesn't run. I can't see it run. I'm gonna offer you a lower price. I offered them about maybe, you know, 1,000 less, just to see if they would take it. Like, no, you know, the bike ran prior to this. We know, we saw it run, you know, everything's good with the bike. I'm like, it's not if it's not running. Don't try to, you know, I'm not even gonna argue if it's gonna be good with you. And that's one thing that I've learned with people is that if they tell you, especially like Craigslist ads, they'll say that, you know, the bike needs this, but at the end of it all, everything else runs good or everything else is good. It's usually not. You're gonna have to just keep on harping on that main point of what's not good in order for you to get that price down. And that's what I kept trying to do, but they weren't having it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna think about it. So I left. I went online, I did my research because I really wanted that bike. I saw how it looked, I really wanted it, right? So I did my research, I looked online, and I found out that I couldn't find this bike anywhere near me. Anywhere in Arizona, anywhere. I mean, the closest bike was in California, way up on the north side when I was looking. And I'm like, I really don't want to have to deal with shipping and all that. So I went back and I brought a battery with me the second time. Hooked the battery up. The bike came alive. I got the electronics and everything to work. I went ahead and started it up, and the bike started right up. So I'm like, okay, this has to be something I can work with. The bike starts up. I haven't ridden the bike, mind you, but the bike does start up. That much I knew. The bike's cranked, it started, and it idled. That was pretty much all I needed to know. I kind of went through the clutch a little bit, went through the gears to make sure that the gears were sticking. But at the time, the battery that I had didn't exactly fit this bike. So I couldn't go and ride it without doing something really crazy. So you know what? Okay, cool. I'll pay what you're asking now that I saw it start and run. And I definitely recommend that you guys do that too on any bike to make sure the bike starts and runs. Definitely make sure if you can, especially if it's a used bike, have the owner test it or test it yourself. Because that's the only way you're going to know if it's going to be the bike that you want. So after buying this bike and going through it, there's some things that I saw that I didn't like. And now that I've been riding it for a little bit now, there's some things about this bike that I know I want to make some adjustments to. But fortunately for me, the previous owner kept very good records of this bike. And that's what really turned me on to the sale. So if you have an opportunity to get any sort of paperwork on maintenance done, any paperwork on any labor, parts purchase, all that stuff, that'll help you feel more confident in what you're buying, especially for me. And in that paperwork, I saw that the maintenance intervals were done right around the time that they needed to be. And I saw that he was willing to put the money into the bike to keep it running well. So I know right now with where it's at, it does need another adjustment. I'm pretty sure it'll need a valve adjustment or, you know, some new brakes. But all that stuff is, you know, that's wear and tear stuff. I can't gripe on that. But I haven't found any major mechanical issues, nothing that has kept me from coming out and riding the bike on the street. I'm not that kind of person that's so desperate to ride that I'm going to take out a bike that I just bought out, you know, miles from me without really giving it a good once over to see what's going on. Because pretty much the goal for this bike is to be a commuter. It's going to be used to commute. I wanted the upright position. I wanted to have this amount of power, and I wanted some styling too. I just didn't want to ride around on a scooter, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about that life. But so far it's been a good bike. I'm gonna make some adjustments to it as I go. That big heavy exhaust has got to go. I may have to change these mirrors out because I can barely see anything out of these Rizomas. They look really nice, but they don't work for me. Bad thing is I hate these expensive mirrors because you really can't get much out of them. Give him breath. Give him. Oh, made him jump. Hate it when cats try to do that. Try to beat the light. But I ain't gonna lie, I know I've done it. But if you're gonna be that late about it, just hang back. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this Ducati 848. Let me actually pull over here so you can get a, well, actually, you know what? You guys have already seen it. If you watched the previous video, you saw what it looked like. I don't need to pull over and show anything else, but let me know what you guys think of this Ducati 848. Would it be something that you would ride? Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you have any ideas on any mods or something that you would do to this bike differently, let me know. 602 out.